Cyclone fans, to another broadcast of Cyclone Athletics. It is Tuesday, November 28th, and we're here at Harlan Community High School Gym where your Cyclones are getting ready to take on the Saints from St. Albert. Both teams coming into tonight's contest with one game under their belt, and each team was victorious. Cyclones defeated Trainer in their opener, 58-40, and St. Albert defeated Tri-Center 70-35 last week. Both teams have high aspirations of finishing in that top tier of the Hawkeye 10 conference this year. Both teams returning a fair amount of starters. Both teams have some height here tonight. One thing that the Cyclones might have an advantage of much of the season, but the Cyclones are going to be faced with Missy Evzik at 6'4", and Ava Underwood at 6 foot. Meanwhile, the Cyclones have some height of their own. Erica Rust, a starter at 6 foot. They'll bring in Grace Albertson as well, right at 6 foot. Off the bench, 5'10", Aubrey Schwiezow. And one thing that kind of plagued the Cyclones in their opener against Trainer was turnovers. Cyclones committed 22 turnovers on the evening, but again, we're victorious by a score of 50-48 tonight. I think that'll be, again, something to look at. Cyclones will try and turn St. Albert over and turn defense into offense. The other thing that we'll try to keep track of is offensive and defensive rebounding. Again, seeing what team can have the height play to their advantage. So that was the high school pep band under the direction of Mr. Bill Carney, getting us warmed up. We'll have the starting lineups here in just a moment.
Good evening and welcome to Harlan Community.
And now we're ready to go with the PA announcer and welcoming the St. Albert Saints and their fans. St. Albert is coached by head coach Dick Whittingale, assisted by Gary Wright. Cyclones are coached by head coach Zach Clausen, assisted by Mark Cohurst and Sam Brummer.
Assisted by T. Gary White, Dwayne Dale, and J.C. Stratton.
And for the starters for St. Albert, number 3, Ellie Monahan. She's a 5'7" junior guard. Number 11, Lily Crone. She's a 5'8" senior guard. Number 35, Peyton Johnson. She's a 5'8" junior guard. Number 41, Ava Underwood. She's a 6 foot sophomore playing in the forward position. And rounding things out, number 43, 6'4", Missy Evzik, a forward and a center for the Saints. And now getting ready for the Cyclone starting lineup.
Zach Clausen, assisted by Mark Cohorst and Sam Brummer. Now, tonight's starting lineup for the Cyclones. Eddie Guard, 5'6" senior.
For the Cyclones, number 11, Hannah Sonderman. She's a 5'6" senior guard. Number 13, Molly Swenson. She's a 5'7" junior guard. Number 15, Aubrey Schwiezow, 5'10" junior guard. Number 23, Ava Munson. She's a 5'7" senior guard. And rounding things out for the Cyclones, number 45, Erica Rust, 6 foot forward and a senior for the Cyclones.
Please welcome tonight's officials.
Local Cyclone coverage on HLTV Channel 15 is brought to you by Keast Auto Center in Harlan, Iowa. Hanson House Senior Living. Experience life, experience Hanson House.
Conducting Swampler is a proud supporter of the Harlan community, education, and student activities. We move your business forward.
United Bank of Iowa. The difference is here. Member FDIC.
Polly Jones Funeral Home, longtime supporter of Harlan Community Athletics and events.
We're your station for Western Iowa sports. Cool Gold 105.3 FM, Tano D in Harlan, Iowa.
Family Service Community, SCSB.
Dr. J's Family Eye Care, longtime supporter of Cyclone Sports in Harlan. Peterson Family Wellness Center and Lewis Family Aquatic Complex. Live well.
Cyclone Lanes, great family entertainment, including bowling, sandwiches, and homemade buttercrust pizzas.
Welcome back, Cyclones. We're ready for that opening tip. Erica Rust in the center circle for the Cyclones. Ava Underwood for the Saints. And the opening tip is going to go to the Cyclones. Hannah Sonderman drives baseline. Start seeing what type of defenses each teams try playing against each other. That's Erica Rust along the baseline. She pitches it to Molly Swenson. Molly Swenson with the basket. I think Rust got away with stepping on the end line, and the Cyclones score first, 2-0, and they put on some full court pressure. That was one thing we talked about, was how the Saints were going to handle the pressure put on by the Cyclones, and there's turnover number 1 for the Saints. So good backcourt pressure put on by the Cyclones. Cyclones get the ball inbound. We get the floor spread, and that's going to be a ball kicked to the corner, and there's a bucket by Molly Swenson, and she's got 5 points for the Cyclones. She was held scoreless in the opener against Trainer, and she has a 2-pointer and 3-pointer for Harlan Community. Ball goes into Underwood, and she has it stolen away from her. 2 turnovers for St. Albert, and in transition, that's Hannah Sonderman. Cyclones 7, Saints 0 here with a minute and a half played in quarter number 1. St. Albert gets it across the timeline. They're getting things spread and reversed around the perimeter. Cyclones in a little bit of a zone here. Going to try and make St. Albert beat them from the outside, and there is a 3-pointer put up and good. That's number 11, Lily Crone, the 3-point basket. 7-3, Cyclones. Schweizau across the timeline with it. And there's going to be a foul out front. That foul is on number 11, Lily Crone. That's her first personal. Team's first. Cyclones inbounding on the baseline. And there's going to be a turnover. Schweizau tried finding the backdoor cutter, and it's a turnover. Defensive rebound now by Munson. Munson leading the way, gets it to Rust. Rust with the turnaround jumper, no good. Cyclones putting a lot of pressure on the backcourt on the Saints. Now they retreat, and St. Albert across the timeline with it. Cyclones back in a little 2-3 zone. Ball goes inside, post-to-post move. Evzik with it, no good. Gets a fight for the rebound, and Sonderman comes away with it. Rust along the baseline. Gets it to Swenson. Swenson turns the ball over for the Cyclones. 2 turnovers apiece for the 2 teams. And Ava Munson steals the ball away from, it's number 3, Ellie Monahan. Then Munson was on the inline, so the possession will stay with the Saints. Two-three zone by the Cyclones. St. Albert skipping the ball across the zone. They go into Underwood. She puts a shot up. That's no good, and that is a foul on Rust. That's her first personal foul. Team's first. Underwood, who led the way with 17 points against Tri-Center. And that one rattles in and out, no good. We'll have a second free throw as it was in the act of shooting. Underwood, a sophomore for the Saints, getting ready for her second free throw attempt, and that one is up and good. 1 for 2 for Underwood, and the score is Cyclone 7, Saints 4, and Underwood puts on a little bit of pressure full court, and there's a steal. Schwiezel lost it, and that's offense by way of defense for St. Albert. It's 7-6 Cyclones. Munson goes in, and there's going to be a foul called on Evzik. That will send Ava to the free throw line. Munson will shoot 2 as she was fouled in the act of shooting. That first one is up and good for Ava. 8-6 Cyclones, 4:38 left in quarter number 1. Munson with her second free throw attempt. That one's up and hits nothing but net. 2 for 2 for Munson. Cyclones lead by 3, 9-6. And there's Erica Russ got by with foul number 2 there. Three-pointer is going to go up, no good. Rebounded by Munson on the backside. Cyclones trying to go in transition, and that ends up being a turnover. Cyclones with 4 turnovers here in quarter number 1 so far. 4 minutes and 12 seconds left in the opener, and the Cyclones lead 9-6. Underwood with it, kicks the ball outside. Cyclones daring St. Albert to shoot from the perimeter. Ball's tipped in the backcourt by Swenson's. 15 on the shot clock for St. Albert. They're still trying to look to get the ball inside, now down under 10. Little runner goes up, no good. Rebounded by Evzek, and her shot is blocked by Munson. Going to be last touched by St. Albert, so it will be Cyclone basketball. Something maybe we didn't anticipate in that. St. Albert putting on the full court pressure that they are. Cyclones do a good job of breaking that. That's Rust with the basket, assisted by Munson. The Cyclones lead 11-6. Ball goes into Evzek. Evzek with her first points on the night. 11-8 as we close in on 3 minutes to play. And Cyclones got away with a walk there. And there's finally going to be a foul called on number 15, Ella Klusman. Klusman's first, team's third. And we're going to have a substitute. That's Grace Albertson coming in for Molly Swenson. St. Albert is going to have a sub come in as well. That's number 23, Molly Wise. She comes in for Ava Underwood. Cyclones get the ball inbounds. Just under 3 minutes to play. 11-8 Cyclones. It'll be a runner put up by Schwiezel. That's no good. And in transition, St. Albert is trying to get something going here. 3-point shot up, no good. Rebounded by Rust. And Harlan Community across the timeline. Ava Munson goes up for a shot. It's blocked out of bounds. Will be Cyclone basketball on the baseline. More substitutes into the game for St. Albert, and that is number 45, Grace Mann. She gives Missy Esvik a breather. Cyclones get it inbounds. Russ has it on the top of the key. Now Munson's going to get the floor spread for the Cyclones. Rust from the free throw line, no good. Tipped out of bounds by Albertson. Will be St. Albert basketball. See if the Cyclones stay in that 2-3 zone. Sometimes when they bring in Grace Albertson, looks like that's what they're going to do now. They take that zone and put it into a 1-3-1. They use Albertson's height out front to really make things difficult to make passes across from out there on the point. There's going to be a shot put up by the elbow, no good. Rebounded by St. Albert, that's no good. Now Rust with it as we get to the 2-minute mark, and it's 11-8 Harlan Community. Ava Munson has her shot blocked, and that's number 45. Grace Manns, who had possession of the ball and stepped on the end line. So the possession will go over to St. Albert. 4 turnovers for the Cyclones, 3 for St. Albert. Cyclones lead by 3, 11-8 here in the first quarter. Ball goes inside to Erica Rust. Rust with 4 points, and now the Cyclones lead 13-8. Cyclones by 5. And Harlan Community back into that 1-3-1 zone. There's going to be a 3-pointer from the top of the key. Up, no good. Cyclones run down the rebound. Rust now with it on the perimeter. And there's going to almost a Cyclone turnover as they tried feeding the low post to Rust. That's Swenson gets it into Erica. Erica puts a shot up. That's no good. Rebounded by St. Albert. There's going to be a turnover by St. Albert. Turnover number 4 for the Saints. They dribbled the ball out of bounds on the baseline. We're down to 54 seconds left to play, and the Cyclones lead 13-8. But again, St. Albert putting on some full court pressure against the Cyclones. Addison Wicks into the ball game for the Cyclones, and she turns the ball over, picked up her dribble, and kept moving her feet, backpedaling as a trap was coming towards her. So we're down to 48 seconds left in quarter number 1, where the Cyclones lead by 5, 13-8. Ball moving around the perimeter, and a 3-point shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Rust. Cyclones have it, and they can have the last shot of the quarter. Looking at the shot clock, a shot goes up by Schwiezow. She's fouled, so she's going to go to the free throw line. 25 seconds left to play in quarter number 1. First free throw was up and good. Cyclones perfect from the free throw line so far, 3 of 3. Munson was 2 for 2. Schwiezow makes her first one. We'll have a second one coming here. Second free throw for Schwiezow is up and good. 4 for 4 as a team are the Cyclones tonight from the charity stripe, and they lead 15-8. Down under 20 seconds left to play in the quarter. Ball kind of getting reversed around the perimeter here. St. Albert looking for an open shot, and they get one up, a 3-pointer from the top of the key, no good. And that's going to bring us to the end of quarter number 1, with the Cyclones leading the Saints 15-8. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more basketball. You're watching Cyclone Activities on HLTV Channel 15.
At United Bank of Iowa, the difference is here. Conveniently located at the corner of Highway 59 and Pine Street in Harlan, you'll always find a smiling face to greet you and help you with all your banking needs. We offer competitive rates on deposits and loans, and the latest in technology with our online and mobile products. Come and find out for yourself why the difference is here at United Bank of Iowa. Member FDIC.
back, Cyclone fans. Getting ready for second quarter action of play. Your Cyclones lead the Saints from St. Albert 15-8 after 1 quarter of play. And it's St. Albert inbounding the ball with the first possession of the second quarter. Tried getting a little block-to-block screen to Evzik, and they do finally get her the ball. She scores the bucket, 15-10 Cyclones. Ball moving around the perimeter. That's going to be Swenson from the three-point arc, no good. Rebounded by Evzik, and St. Albert is wanting to run in transition. Cyclones in that zone, really wanting St. Albert to beat them from the perimeter, as they've got Evzik and Underwood, their post-peep players, down low. Cyclones protecting them, and there's Erica Rust, puts a shot up and good. Rust with the bucket. 6 points for Erica, and the Cyclones lead 17-10. Underwood with it on the baseline, tries to get it into Evzik. Back out to Underwood. Now they're reversing the ball around. Little dribble penetration, little runner put up, no good. And they're going to have a held ball, looks like. And on the alternate possession arrow, it will be Cyclone basketball. Again, St. Albert putting on some full court pressure against these Cyclones. Three-pointer put up by Hannah Sonderman. Sonderman to the three-point bucket, and the Cyclones are up by 10, 20-10. And that's Coach Wettengale that's wanting to take a 30-second timeout, which gives us an opportunity to thank our fine sponsors for making this broadcast come to you live and on a rebroadcast opportunity later. Those sponsors being United Bank of Iowa, Cyclone Lanes, KNOD Radio, Keast Auto Center, Dr. J's Family Eye Care, Paulie Jones Funeral Home, Conductus Wampler, Shelby County State Bank, Hanson House Senior Living, and the Peterson Family Wellness Center and Lewis Family Aquatic Complex. So out of the timeout, the score is Harlan Community 20, St. Albert 10. 6:37 left in quarter number 2. And St. Albert has the ball in the backcourt. Cyclones just drop back into a 2-3 zone here. St. Albert really trying to do some block-to-block screening to get Evzik and Underwood open, and there's going to be a turnover by the Cyclones. Three-pointer put up by Munson, no good. Rebounded by Evzik. There's going to be a shot put up. A wild one, as number 3, Monahan, was just trying to put a shot up and hope for a foul. Ends up being a turnover on St. Albert. That's their 6th of the night. Cyclones get across the timeline with it. Cyclones going to balance the floor up here a little bit. They find Molly Swenson, and Molly Swenson with a three-point bucket. Molly with 8 points to lead scorers for the Cyclones, and increases that Cyclone lead to 13 at 23-10. Ball goes inside to Evzik, and her shot rolls in. Cyclones going to have to start fronting her maybe a little bit, make it a little more difficult to get that pass inside. Evzik with 6 points on the night, 23-12 Cyclones. Ball goes inside to the Cyclones post player, Erica Rush. She kicks it back out to Munson. Munson along the baseline finds Swenson. Her shot's up, no good. Ricocheted off of Underwood, so the possession will stay with Harlan Community on the baseline. Sonderman on the dribble drive, and it's tipped out of bounds by St. Albert. 1 second left on the shot clock. See if the Cyclones are aware of that. They just got to catch and get a throw. They do. There's going to be a shot clock violation. But since possession was maintained by St. Albert, they just let things play. They don't have to stop things and take it out of bounds. There's a three-point shot up and good by number 15, Ella Klusman. 23-15 Cyclones. 4.5 to play in quarter number 2. Cyclones getting a little heavy on that one side of the floor. Spacing wasn't real good. And now Ava Munson attacks the basket, and Ava Munson scores the bucket for Harlan Community. 25-15, Cyclones by 10. Ball gets skipped across that 2-3 zone. They're trying to get some post touches inside, and they finally find Underwood. Cyclones fall asleep there on the back of that 2-3 zone. Underwood with the bucket. 25 for the Cyclones, 17 for the Saints. 3.5 to play in quarter number 2. Cyclones get the floor balanced here, and it's Schwiezow off the dribble penetration, puts a shot up and good, and they're going to call a blocking foul. So count the basket. And it'll be a free throw opportunity for Schwiezow. She was 2 for 2 from the free throw line a few possessions ago and into the Cyclone lineup. Number 21, Grace Albertson. She replaces Hannah Sonderman. We got some substitutes all ready to go, and we're ready for the free throw opportunity, and that is up and no good. Rebounded by Evzik. St. Albert on the move. And there's going to be a turnover on St. Albert. (27-17). 3 minutes to play here in quarter number 2. Coach Clausen's calling out some plays. Cyclones get the floor balanced here, and Ava Munson is at the key. Under 10 seconds left on the shot clock. The ball goes inside to Rust, and she has her shot blocked by Underwood. 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Cyclones again just going to have to catch and shoot. So whoever catches the inbound pass is going to have to make sure they get the ball up to avoid a shot clock violation. Ball gets inbound to Munson. She puts up a 3. No good. St. Albert comes away with the rebound. They dribble along the baseline, and it's another St. Albert turnover. They have 4 turnovers here in quarter number 2. Albertson with a shot. Her shot is blocked. 8 turnovers for St. Albert on the evening. 3-point shot is put up. No good. Rebounded on the backside is Hendricks, and they get it into Evzik, and Evzik scores the bucket. She's got 8. 27-19. Cyclones by 8 with 2 minutes to play. And Cyclones kind of getting one side of the floor overbalanced. And now Ava Munson's kind of directing some traffic here. She's wanting to go one-on-one. And there's going to be a timeout called by Coach Zach Clausen, as he was seeing the same thing we were just talking about, as Cyclones just kind of overloading one side and making it kind of easy to defend there. So Coach Clausen takes the timeout and is going to draw some things up here, talk about maybe some floor spacing in the half court. As we come out of the timeout, it will be Cyclone basketball with the lead, 8-point lead for Harlan Community, 27-19. Cyclones led after one quarter, 15-8. And now have a lead of 27-19 as we have a minute 35 left in the first half here at Harlan Community High School gym. Second game for both teams. Each team's 1-0. They won their opener. And this is, again, the second game of their season here in the early goings of the 23-24 season. Cyclones get the ball inbounds. Again, Cyclones are getting late into the shot clock, down to 2. They let it fly, and that's no good, and that didn't hit the rim, so that is a shot clock violation. Cyclones a 3 times now or so have gotten the ball deep into the shot clock where they've just kind of had to launch a desperation shot. So it will be Saints basketball now. Minute 20 left in the half. Cyclones with the lead, 27-19. Ball gets kicked out. And again, on a little dribble penetration runner, no good. And that's going to be last touch by Munson. And I think that ref had it right. This one's going to step in and say other direction, but and they do talk him into changing their mind. And they're going to say it went off Evzek. So it'll be Cyclone basketball with a minute left to play, 27-19. Swenson's going to put up a three-pointer, and Molly Swenson drills her third three-pointer of the half. She's got 11 to lead all scorers. And the Cyclones lead by 11, 30-19. Underwood gets the ball to Evzek. She puts a shot up. That's no good. Underwood gets the offensive rebound and putback. Underwood with 5 points now. The Cyclones lead by 9, 30-21. Shot clock is off, so Harlan Community is going to play for the last shot of the half. Ava Munson on the dribble drive, kicks it to Swenson. She puts a shot up. That's no good. Rebounded by Rust. There's kind of a tie-up, and they're going to say that's the half. So we're going to take a little halftime break along with them as the score is Harlan Community 30, St. Albert 21. We'll be back with some halftime stats and second half action to play. You're watching Cyclone basketball on HLTV, Channel 15. Welcome back, Cyclone fans, as we get ready for second half action of play. Cyclones led 15-8 after quarter number 1. And then in quarter number 2, Cyclones outscored St. Albert by 2 to take a 30-21 lead to start the second half. Leading scorers for the Cyclones, Molly Swenson leading the way with 11. Erica Rust with 6. Hannah Sonderman with 5. Ava Munson with 4. And rounding things out, Aubrey Schwiezow with 4. Cyclones with 4 made three-pointers there in that first half. 3 of them by Swenson. So we'll see what changes have been made here at halftime by both teams. Ball goes high-low inside to Underwood. Her shot is blocked by Munson. And there's going to be a shot that's put up and a foul. Foul is going to be called on number 35, Peyton Johnson. That's her first personal foul. It will send Schwiezow to the free throw line for 2. She was 2 for 3 from the free throw line in the first half. Misses that one, 2 of 4 now. Was in the act of shooting, so she'll have a second one. And that one is up and no good as well. So 2 of 4 from the free throw line tonight for Schwiezow. The score remains 30-21 Cyclones. Ball goes inside to Evzek, and St. Albert coaches wanting a foul called inside. And they're going to call a held ball. And the alternate possession arrow favors the Cyclones. That's a turnover then for St. Albert. That's 9 turnovers for St. Albert. 6 on the night for the Cyclones. And then there's, just as we're talking about that, the Cyclones have one. So we'll now go back to St. Albert basketball. A minute played here in the third quarter, and it is still 30-21. And that's going to be Underwood again after the high-low pass. That's Ava Munson playing some good defense down in the low post area. Cyclones come away with it and going to set up their half-court offense. St. Albert seeing that man-to-man defense. That's Sonderman with the runner that's no good. Rebounded by Evzek. St. Albert now with it across the timeline. Ball goes inside out. Underwood with a three-pointer. Up, no good. Rebounded by Rust for the Cyclones. No score yet. Almost 2 minutes played here in the third quarter. Ball goes right inside to Rust. Her shot is no good. Rebounded by St. Albert. And that's going to be a turnover as ball got a little bit out of Underwood's control there. Sonderman with it, gets it to Munson. Munson's going to dribble drive into the lane, fires it off to Swenson. That's an air ball. And it goes out of bounds. St. Albert basketball still looking for a bucket here by either team, as it was 30-21 at halftime, still 30-21. And here's going to end up being a turnover on St. Albert over and back. So each team has 3 turnovers here in this third quarter and yet to have a point scored. As the Cyclones will take it out of bounds on the sideline. Swenson to inbounds for Harlan Community. And Swenson on the dribble drive kind of throws her up there and banks her in. Swenson now with 13 points to lead all scorers, and the Cyclones lead 32-21. Ball goes into Evzek. She has a turnaround jumper that's no good. Cyclones trying to push tempo. And Schwiezow's shot is blocked out of bounds. (32-21) Cyclones. 5:11 to play, and now we got a little timeout as the ref says, "Hey, I need to time a shoe." St. Albert's going to take advantage of a little extended time here, get a substitute into their lineup. We're going to have another substitute. That's number 11, Lily Crone, that's got a little contact issue there, so she's going to come out and get that fixed. It's going to be a three-pointer fired up by Swenson. No good. Rebounded by Evzek. And they're in transition is the Saints. And that is number 23, Molly Weiss with the bucket. 32-23. Cyclones. Ball goes inside to Sonderman. She puts up a runner, no good. St. Albert comes away with it. Now they're going to get their half-court offense set up. Underwood trying to go high-low, gets it to Evzek. She puts a shot up, blocked by Rust. Munson trying to go coast to coast, puts a shot up and good. Ava Munson, she's got 6. The Cyclones get the lead back to 11, 34-23. Little dribble drive by St. Albert. That's shut down by the Cyclones defense. They try feeding the post there. Number 21, Maddie Walter, but it gets tipped out of bounds. So it will be St. Albert basketball on the baseline. A bucket by number 41, Ava Underwood. She's got 7. She scores 34 for the Cyclones, 25 for the Saints. 9-point lead for Harlan Community. Munson gets the ball into Rust. And Rust turns the ball over for Harlan Community. Turnover number 4. Here's a foul on Schwiezow. It's number 15, Ella Klusman's going to go to the free throw line. Klusman with 5 points on the evening. She'll have 2 shots here. She was fouled in the act of shooting. First one is up and no good. Second free throw coming for Klusman. And that one is up, and that's good. 34-26, Cyclones. Munson brings it across the timeline for the Cyclones. And there's a steal. That was Underwood. And then there's going to be a foul on Munson. So Underwood is kind of baiting that cross-court pass. That's the 5th turnover for the Cyclones of the 3rd quarter, and Underwood's going to go to the free throw line and try and cut this to 6 points. Currently, the Cyclones lead by 8, 34-26. She'll have 2 free throws. She was fouled in the act of shooting. And that is up and good. Underwood, a sophomore for the Saints, has 8 points. Into the Cyclone lineup is Grace Albertson. She replaces Hannah Sonderman. Watch and see, a lot of times when Grace comes in, they go to that 1-3-1 zone and put her and her length up at the top of the key. Underwood goes 2 for 2, and it's 34-28, and Underwood gets the steal on the inbounds pass, and then is fouled on the shot attempt, so she's going to go right back to the free throw line where she was just 2 for 2, and she'll have 2 more attempts as she was fouled in the act of shooting. And that one is up and no good. Cyclone's got to be ready if Underwood scores to see if they slap on that full court press where the turnover just came from. Underwood makes that, and Underwood, St. Albert does get into that press. 5-point lead for the Cyclones. Munson with a runner, no good. 3 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Cyclones lead 34-29. Well, 8-point run for St. Albert right now. And there's a bucket by number 23, Molly Wise. And now it's a 3-point game, 34-31, Harlan Community. A little dribble penetration by Swenson. She puts a shot up, no good. Rebounded by Rust. And Erica Rust gets the bucket for the Cyclones. And Coach Zach Clausen wants to take a quick timeout and talk things over. 2:19 left to play in the third quarter. Cyclones now lead by 5, 36-31. We want to take this opportunity to thank those fine sponsors again. Those being Peterson Family Wellness Center and Lewis Family Aquatic Complex, Hanson House Senior Living, Shelby County State Bank, Conductix Wampler, Paulie Jones Funeral Home, Dr. J's Family Eye Care, Keist Auto Center, KNOD Radio, Cyclone Lanes, and the United Bank of Iowa. So out of the timeout, it is St. Albert basketball in the backcourt. Cyclones lead by 5, 36-31. 2:19 left to play in quarter number 3. Cyclones get lined up in that 1-3-1 zone defense with Grace Albertson out front there, making the cross-court pass at the top of the key area a little difficult with her length. And that's going to be a turnover on the Saints at their fourth of the quarter. Munson now with it for Harlan Community. She's got a head of steam going, and then she dribbles it out of bounds. Turnover number 7. Cyclones played a pretty clean second quarter, only had 1 turnover. Had 5 in the first quarter and is now 7 in the third. Meanwhile, St. Albert has 12 turnovers on the night, 4 in each quarter so far. St. Albert gets the ball across half court, now facing that 1-3-1 zone. Ball getting skipped across, a 3-pointer put up and good. That is number 15, Ella Klusman, and she makes it a 2-point game, 36-34. Cyclones by 2. Evzak gets the block on Schwiezow layup. And then St. Albert turns it right back over in transition. Schwiezow puts a bank shot up, no good. Albertson right there for the offensive rebound and putback attempt. And then she is fouled by number 43, Evzak. No, they're going to change the call now. It's going to be on number 41. It'll be on Underwood. That's her first foul. And it's going to send Grace Albertson to the free throw line. And Grace puts a free throw up and good. Albertson will have a second free throw coming. And that one's going to be up long, no good. Rebounded by St. Albert. Cyclones lead 37-34, and there's a turnover. Schwiezow with the steal. She goes up for a shot and is fouled. 6 turnovers by St. Albert in this third quarter, 7 by the Cyclones. See if Schwiezow can convert on these free throws. She's 2 of 5 from the free throw line tonight. 2 of 6 now. Schwiezow with a second free throw attempt. That one was up and good. Just over a minute to play, and it's a 4-point Cyclone lead, 38-34. Almost a turnover there by St. Albert. They go right inside. And that is Grace Manns, 38-36. And there's going to be a Cyclone turnover. Oh no, Grace Albertson does a nice job of getting on the floor, causing a tie-up. But on the alternate possession arrow, it will favor St. Albert. 2-point game. Cyclones 38, Saints 36. St. Albert basketball in the backcourt with 43 seconds left to play in quarter number 3. Monahan brings it across the timeline for the Saints. Ball goes inside out, skipped around the perimeter. You have both Underwood and Evzek out of the contest right now. Does St. Albert. Both their post players. Ball goes down low and going to be last touch by Hendricks. 19 seconds left in the third quarter. And it will be Cyclone basketball. 38-36. St. Albert puts some full court pressure on the Cyclones. See what the Cyclones can execute here as we go under 10 seconds to play in quarter number 3. Eva Munson, and there's going to be an offensive foul. Offensive foul. It's going to be an illegal screen by Grace Albertson. 5 seconds to play here in the third quarter. And ends up being a turnover as number 11, Lily Crone, tried getting the ball down to the low post. And that's going to bring us to the end of quarter number 3, where the Cyclones lead the Saints 38-36. We'll take a quick break and be back with more basketball action. You're watching Cyclone basketball on HLTV, Channel 15. Welcome back, Cyclone fans. Getting ready for fourth quarter action of play. Cyclones got outscored there in that third quarter, 15-8 by the Saints. Both teams committing some turnovers. Cyclones committed 8 turnovers in that third quarter compared to 6 for St. Albert. And we have a 2-point ball game, 38-36. And for a good one here from Harlan Community High School, Jim. Cyclones kick it out to Munson. Munson on the dribble drive, puts a runner up and good. Ava Munson with her 8th point. 40-36, Cyclones by 4. Cyclones in that 1-3-1 zone with Albertson out front. Ball getting skipped across the top. They're going to go right down low to Underwood. Underwood gives it out to Evzek. 3-pointer from the corner. No good. And that's going to be last touched by Underwood, out of bounds. Cyclone basketball on the baseline. Cyclones with a 4-point lead. That's Sweezow. She turns the ball over. Underwood with it. And a shot put up by Monahan. That's no good. Cyclones off to the races. Another turnover by the Cyclones. 16 turnovers on the night as the Cyclones tried going in transition there. Cyclones got to pick one of those cross-court passes off here pretty soon as the ball goes into that 1-3-1 zone. Shot put up, no good. Rebounded by Rust. Ball gets pitched forward to Albertson. 3 turnovers in this fourth quarter for the Cyclones. Shot put up, bounces around, no good. Tipped around. So Monahan comes away with it, and she's going to be fouled by Sonderman. St. Albert basketball on the baseline. The ball gets thrown into Underwood, but it's a turnover by St. Albert. Their first turnover of the fourth quarter, 15th turnover on the night. And it's 40-36, Cyclones by 4 with 6 minutes left to play in the contest. Shot gets put up by Albertson. It's blocked by Evzek. St. Albert now in transition, trying to get numbers. Three-point shot put up and good, and that is number 15, Ella Klusman, and it's a one-point game, 40-39. Things get a little ragged over there in the corner. The Cyclones still maintain possession. And that's Ava Munson now that's going to balance up the floors. We're down under 15 on the shot clock. Sonderman gets it inside to Rust. Rust dribbles, shot put up by Schwiezow, and she's fouled, and it'll go to the free throw line. Schwiezow will have 2 free throws as it was in the act of shooting. That first one's up, hits nothing but net and good. Schwiezow with 6 points. Molly Swenson into the lineup now for Grace Albertson. So we'll see if the Cyclones change up anything defensively away from that 1-3-1 zone with Grace out of there. Second free throw up by Schwiezow's no good. Cyclones struggling a little bit from the free throw line there tonight. Ball goes down low to Evzek. Three-pointer is going to get put up and no good by Crone. And there's kind of a wild shot there that is going to be last touched by Schwiezow. Coach Whittingale's wanting to travel call to the refs. Just under 5 minutes to play. 41-39. Cyclones by 2. Ball goes inside to Munson. She brings the ball back out. Now on a dribble penetration. Kicks to Rust. Rust with a jumper. No good. Underwood comes away with the defensive rebound. Cyclones now playing man-to-man defense away from that 1-3-1 zone. Watch for the Saints to go high-low, and that's right what they do. They get the ball inside, and they're going to call 3 seconds on Evzek. So the Cyclones will have it on the baseline against the full court pressure put on by St. Albert. Sonderman with it at the top of the key. Munson now gets it and is going to set things up for Harlan Community as we close in on 4 minutes to play in the quarter. Cyclones by 2, 41-39. Three-point shot is up and good by Schwiezow. Schwiezow with a three-point bucket. The Cyclones now lead by 5. And they go a little backdoor play. Shot is up, no good, and then they're going to have a late whistle on Schwiezow. Going to send Lily Crone to the free throw line. Free throw is up, no good. Second free throw coming as it was in the act of shooting for Crone. And that one's up and no good. 0 for 2. So both teams struggling here a bit from the free throw line. And it was Swenson getting away with a little bit of a walk there. Three-pointer put up by Schwiezow. No good. Cyclones coming away with the rebound, and there's going to be a foul. Foul's going to be whistled on number 15, Ella Klusman, one of the shortest players on the court. She thought she had all ball against Erica Rust. It's going to have Erica shooting 2 free throws, and that one's up and good. Rust with 9 points. Cyclones lead by 6, 45-39. Rust with a second one. And that one is good as well. Rust now with 10. And Coach Wettengale wants a timeout to talk things over. And the Cyclones will take that same opportunity here. Cyclones so far outscoring St. Albert 8-3 in this fourth quarter, as they've gotten what got down to a 1-point lead, now back up to 7 at 46-39. Cyclones back into their man-to-man defense. And if that stays the case, watch for a couple different things. That is the Saints going high-low between Missy Evzek and Ava Underwood, trying to get the ball inside. And then the Cyclones got to make sure that they know where Ella Klusman is. She's nailed a couple 3-pointers against that Cyclone defense. 3:17 left to play here in this contest. And again, the Cyclones lead 46-39. The St. Albert basketball. Cyclones in that man-to-man. Well, now they're going to kind of disguise it up. It's a little 2-3 zone. So the Cyclones playing man-to-man, 1-3-1, now 2-3 zone. They're still going to try and go high-low as they have Underwood flashing into that middle area. 15 seconds on the shot clock. They find Evzek. And there's a 3-point shot put up, no good. Rebounded by Klusman. Well, they thought about it. She finally is going to pull the trigger, and it's good. That's number 35, Peyton Johnson. And it's back to a 4-point Cyclone lead, 46-42. 2.5 minutes to play in the contest, and the Cyclones lead by 4. That's Ava Munson, dishes it off to Erica Rust. Erica Rust puts a shot up, no good. St. Albert comes away with it. Klusman with it on the wing. Crone skips pass over to Klusman. She's going to let a 3 fly, no good. Rebounded by the Cyclones. 2 minutes to play here in the contest. Cyclones lead by 4, 46-42. St. Albert in man-to-man defense. Shot's going to get put up by Schwiezow, and that's rejected out of there by the Saints. Missy Evzek. So we're down to 17 seconds on the shot clock. 1:51 left in the contest. Cyclones get the ball inbounds, and it's going to be a kick ball. That was Hannah Sonderman trying to get a little bounce pass over across the lane to Erica Rust. Cyclones will maintain possession of the basketball. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Ball gets inbounded to Swenson. She picks up her dribble, gets it to Ava Munson. There's a hurt player on the floor. Ava Munson kind of got bumped out of bounds, and there's going to be a timeout for an injured player. And it's number 35, Peyton Johnson, turned an ankle out front. So we're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back. You're watching Cyclone basketball on HLTV, Channel 15.
Local Cyclone coverage on HLTV Channel 15 is brought to you by Keist Auto Center in Harlan, Iowa.
Polly Jones Funeral Home, longtime supporter of Harlan Community Athletics and events.
Family, Service, Community, SCSB.
Conducting Swampler is a proud supporter of the Harlan community, education, and student activities. We move your business forward.
We're your station for Western Iowa sports. Google 105.3 FM, Tano D in Harlan, Iowa.
Welcome back, Cyclone fans. Getting ready for the conclusion of this Hawkeye 10 girls basketball matchup between the Cyclones of Harlan Community and the Saints of St. Albert. We got a good one here going down to the wire. Minute 38 left to play in the contest. Cyclones up by 4, 46-42. This is St. Albert basketball in the backcourt. Cyclones look like they're lined up in a little 2-3 zone defensively. Still watch for Ava Underwood to flash to the middle of this zone to try and get it. And they have Klusman that gets it. They go right into Underwood. A little high-low there. Going to be a foul on the sideline. Swenson to inbound. Rust has it, gets it to Munson. Minute 10 left to play, 25 on the shot clock. He's got to be understanding that there's maybe a closely guarded count going on her, so we don't turn the ball over closely guarded. We can get a 5-second count now. There's down under 10 seconds on the shot clock, down to 5. Shot's going to get thrown up, no good. Rebounded by Schweizau. She puts a shot up. That's no good. Doesn't hit the rim, so it doesn't reset the shot clock. So it's a 2-point ball game. St. Albert with the basketball with 44 seconds left to play. And Harlan Community coach Zach Clausen is going to take a timeout.
Local Cyclone coverage on HLTV Channel 15 is brought to you by Hanson House Senior Living. Experience life, experience Hanson House.
Dr. J's Family Eye Care, longtime supporter of Cyclone sports in Harlan.
Cyclone Lanes, great family entertainment, including bowling, sandwiches, and homemade buttercrust pizzas.
United Bank of Iowa. The difference is here. Member FDIC.
Peterson Family Wellness Center and Lewis Family Aquatic Complex. Live well.
Cyclones in a man-to-man defense as St. Albert comes across the timeline with it. They clear the side out. They want to try and get the ball to Missy Evzik. And there's going to be a foul called on Hannah Sonderman as the ball went lobbing up, and Sonderman just kind of grabbed her to make sure that she didn't get that ball. So now all of a sudden the shot clock resets. We're under 35 seconds, so there really is no shot clock. 28 seconds left in the ball game. There's going to be a shot put up, no good. And that was number 15, Klusman. And now St. Albert's going to have to do some fouling. They only have 3 fouls. And there's foul number 4. 14 seconds left to play. So they're going to have to foul again to get it to the 5th team foul. And Coach Whittingale is going to take a timeout, as he does have Klusman with 4 fouls. We'll see if he takes her out so she doesn't pick up a 5th. She is their 3-point threat. So the change this year is no more 1-and-1s at the high school level. It used to be as soon as you get to the 7th team foul, it was a 1-and-1, and then as soon as you got to the 10th team foul of the half, it became a 2-shot foul. This year, as soon as you have 5 team fouls committed in a quarter, it goes directly to a 2-shot foul. And they skip the 1-on-1 altogether. In the 4th quarter, the Cyclones have committed 3. St. Albert has committed 4. So on the next foul by St. Albert, it will put the Cyclones to the free throw line, but it won't be a 1-and-1. It'll be a 2-shot foul. Again, Cyclones lead by 2, 46-44. They do leave Klusman out there, number 15. She's got 4 fouls, so Sonderman to inbounds the basketball. Each team with 2 timeouts left, and Coach Wettengale wants to take a timeout. I think he kind of wanted to see how the Cyclones were going to line up and who was going to be where. So we'll see what the Cyclones draw up now for a different sideline out of bounds play. It's leaving St. Albert with 1 timeout left. Cyclones have 2 timeouts. (46-44) is the score. Each team is played pretty even here in this 4th quarter. Both teams scoring 8 points. Cyclones with 4 turnovers. St. Albert with 3. Neither team really getting to the free throw line a ton. And when they do, neither team is really lighting it up from a percentage standpoint. So there's the first whistle. Teams will break the huddle here, and we'll see what the Cyclones do for a different lineup. So they're going to put Russ down in the low block. We'll see if she comes flashing to the corner and see if Cyclones try and get her the ball. They get Aubrey Schweez out of the ball. She dribble drives, and there's going to be a foul called as we're down to 10 seconds left. So that will send Schweez out of the free throw line. Schweiz's 3 of 7 from the free throw line, or 3 of 8 from the free throw line here tonight. There's a miss for the Cyclones. So we'll see if she makes it, if the Cyclones call a timeout or not. Schweizau with a second attempt here, and that one is good. Schweizau with 10 on the night. And that is what happens. Coach Zach Clausen takes a timeout. 10 seconds left in the contest. Cyclones with 3 team fouls. So we'll see if the Cyclones let St. Albert inbounds the ball, and then on the way up the floor, if they foul them, as they do have a foul to give before putting St. Albert in the bonus, let them run some time off the clock and then force them to inbounds the ball a second time with maybe only 5 seconds left on the clock or so. Would have to be a 3-point shot as the Cyclones lead 47-44. There's the first horn, so the teams will be breaking their huddles momentarily. Cyclones see if they pick up with some token pressure, at least in the backcourt, and that's exactly what it looks like they're going to do. And then we'll see if, once they do get the ball inbound, how quickly they decide to maybe foul. The ball gets inbounds. And there is that foul we were talking about. 3.7 seconds left to play. So now the Cyclones don't want to foul. Well, then they might. And 2 free throw lines, and they're going to take a timeout. Coach Zach Clausen's going to say timeout. Don't be surprised if the Cyclones foul here. The only way the game can go into overtime is on a 3-point basket. Cyclones have committed 4 team fouls, so that 5th one will send St. Albert to the free throw line for 2 free throws. That is better than a 3-point heave that could go in and tie things up, which would send things to overtime. So we'll see if Coach Zach Clausen is possibly telling his team that let them inbounds the ball. Once the ball is inbounds, whoever receives that pass to go ahead and foul them to send them to the free throw line for 2 free throws instead of any sort of 3-point field goal attempt. Also, I wonder if he'll put like Grace Albertson on the ball with some extra height and length. Albertson does check in for Swenson. And that's what happens. You got Grace Albertson right there on the ball. Cyclones need to know where Klusman's at. Ava Munson is guarding her. Ball, and there's an over and back call. So that helps the Cyclones out. Crone got the ball inbounds and started backpedaling a little bit with a dribble, and her foot stepped over the half-court line. And over and back is the violation. Turnover number 5 for St. Albert. Turnover number 18 on the night. And the Cyclones inbounds the ball. St. Albert right away fouls. 1.9 seconds left. It's going to send free throws to the, or Squeezow to the free throw line. She connects on the first one. 48-44. Cyclones by 4. Second one rolls around, no good. And there's a half-court heave, and that's going to bring us to the end of this contest where Harlan Community comes away victorious by a score of 48-44. Cyclones led after quarter number 1, 15-8. At halftime, they led by 9, 30-21. St. Albert came alive in that third quarter, outscoring Harlan Community 15-8. To have it be a 2-point contest to start quarter number 4, 38-36. And Harlan Community outscored St. Albert in that fourth quarter by 2. Cyclones scored 10. St. Albert scored 8 for the Cyclones to come away with a 4-point win, 48-44. The Cyclones will improve to 2-0 on the season. It will drop St. Albert to 1-1. So some good things out there tonight. Molly Swenson leading the way for scores for Harlan Community with 13. Hannah Sonderman with 5. Ava Munson 8. Aubrey Squeezow 11. Erica Russ 10. Grace Albertson 1. So a good night here for the Cyclones as they go to 2-0 on this season. This has been Jonathan North on the camera, Bill Mueller on the play-by-play. You've been watching Cyclone basketball on HLTV Channel 15, where it's always great to be a Cyclone.